What's up everyone, welcome to a new property portrait from PerFinEx, the #1 English-speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Today with a property in Kißlegg, close to Bodensee, a location that you've probably never heard of before. I didn't either before making this video. But the point is, I want to show you that there's many exciting rental properties apart from the top 10 cities like Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg and Stuttgart. And also today, as you've seen in the last two property portraits, this will be a senior home. I know it's not the sexiest, but you invest in a growing market and you invest with a very good rate of return, you'll see as we progress through this video. And this is exactly what you would want as a real estate investor, right? Before we come to the property and the strategy behind it, let's see where Kißlegg is. It's very far away from the gray, which would mean there's too much supply for real estate. It's also not in the yellow, which would mean a leveled supply. It's deeply in the orange, so the B and the C locations where I tell you to invest all the time. Bodensee is actually the perfect example for an orange C location. Many of the top 20 cities in Baden-Württemberg are very close to this location. Before we look at Bodensee, let's see the strategy behind it. We are clearly investing in the megatrend of the aging German population, which is exciting because here we know exactly the future. We know exactly that everybody who is young right now will be old in the future. So you and me, we will all get older. And that's why Germany is the oldest population in Europe right now. Every second person is plus 45 and every fifth person is plus 65. And in not even 40 years from now, not every fifth person will be 65, every third person will be 65, which is an incredibly old society if you think about it. Every third person being older than 65 years. But they will still live a long time from 65 years on. Life expectancy is more than 80 right now. So there's a tremendous need for living space for the elderly. It's only 3.4 million right now, but in 30 years the market will almost double to 5.4 million. So we have a big challenge at our hand to create enough living space for the elderly. And you can invest in this megatrend with the 3 property portraits that we've showed you. This one, Bad Gögging and Moos Tenning, both of them that we showed you a couple of weeks ago. And just to underline with some numbers what I just said, in the 2000s, most of the German populations was in their 30s, mid or late 30s. In 2015, they were already in their 50s. And the prognosis for 2030, which is not that far away if you think about it, most of these people will be 60 to 70 years old. Bodensee, as you can see here on the screen, is an absolutely beautiful area. And if you haven't been there, you should definitely go there at least once. Kißlegg, where our seniority home is very close to Konstanz, Friedrichshafen and many others of the top 20, top 25 cities in Baden-Württemberg. So it's a great location for a seniority home. And not just for a seniority home, it's also a great area for the so-called Grenzgänger that work in Switzerland but live in Germany. Very similar to Aachen, by the way, where people live in Germany, in Aachen, but they work in Luxembourg. Why is this important for a seniority home? Because the families, the children of the elderly who are still working, they want to visit their parents. So a seniority home right in the city center of Konstanz or Linda would be a waste, but in proximity to such a large city is actually the perfect location. The family has the opportunity to visit their parents, and the seniors have lots of opportunities to spend their time as a retiree. They earned it. And the things to do in the Bodensee area are almost endless. You can go hiking, you can go biking, you can have nice round trips on ships, endless possibilities. And the highlight is certainly the Oberschwäbische Barockstraße. It's 500 kilometers. It's an experience route through Germany, Austria and Switzerland where you can experience monuments from the Baroque area. It's It's a very, very famous attraction, pretty famous in southern Germany. This is a look at the senior residence. It will be a complex with 60 flats for real estate investors and 33 generational flats that will be mainly for self-use. Which could be exciting for some of you I talked to in consultation. When you say you want to bring your parents to Germany, you could live in a facility like this with your parents. All flats are roughly 60 square meters and around 200 to 250k as an investment, which I feel is a very good size for a first investment in German real estate. And if 100% financing is possible with your financial situation, you only need 7% of additional purchasing costs for ground tax and for notary. Since PerFinEx is no real estate agent, we don't take a real estate agent fee. The property manager keeps this investment carefree for its residents and for the investors. The residents get various services to ease up their life. Just to give you one example, a 24/7 emergency service. And you, as the investor, also get some services to ease up your life. So you don't have to do any repairs. You don't have to find new tenants, it's all done by the property manager. They have a 20-year contract, and if they do a good job, you as the owners can vote to prolong the contract. Return on rent will be 3.25% with very minimal costs because this is a new building, right? And 3.25% just return on rent is pretty good for a newly built property in this area. It's much better than the return on rent that you're getting in Berlin, Munich or in Frankfurt. And you can increase it even further with a 150k KfW credit. That's no typo. This property gets a KfW 55EE subsidy, which is 150k instead of only 120k. Here you can see it's really newly built. These are live shots from the construction site. The property developer started construction in June of this year and plans to finish in 2023. So the first rent is expected in September 2023, latest by August 2024. Delays after August 2024 are impossible because that's when the property developer will start paying your rent if the construction is not finished. So it's basically a guaranteed date for you to make money, which is good because you have to start paying the bank. If you like this property portrait, please like this video and subscribe right here on YouTube. And if you want to see these videos earlier before they get released on YouTube, there's a link with a mailing list in the description for early access. And if you like the seniority home in Kißlegg, feel free to reach out for more information either on WhatsApp or book a 30-minute free meeting. And if you're not sure if Kißlegg is right for you, you can still reach out and we'll talk about it, which property makes sense for you to buy. Looking forward to talking to you. Have a nice weekend. Take care, everybody.